We just spent $4,000 on this abandoned storage unit right behind me. It contains one motorcycle. We don't know if it has keys, don't know if it runs, and we bought it sight unseen and drove 8 hours away to get it. Was it worth it? Let's find out. But first, let's hop back to yesterday when we bid on this bike at auction. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a storage unit auction that we are about to bid on. This is a 2007-2008 Honda CBR 600. The bidding ends in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Let's see if we can buy this thing. And this is actually down in Virginia. This is about 8 hours away from us. I'll go through the photos here for you guys. Completely empty. The only thing in here is the bike. Nice looking, all original CBR 600. We did see a little bit of damage on the side over here. We got some scrapes and scratches on the fairings there. A little bit on the side fairing over here. And if you guys look over here, there's a frame slider on this side right here. But on this side, it looks like it was down, obviously from the scratches. Looks like that frame slider broke off on this side. But this is all we have to go on. We have 4 pictures. We don't know if there's a key in the bike. We don't know if it runs. We don't know how many miles are on the bike. This is sold as is, where is. Might have some hoops to jump through in order to get paperwork for this bike, but I'm always down for a good challenge. We're under 3 minutes right now, 21:40. Let's see what this thing goes up to. The bidding on this storage unit utilized a soft close bid. So what that means is essentially if there was a bid placed in the last 3 minutes of the auction, there would be an additional 3 minutes added to the overall time until the timer ran out completely. So after I was outbid in the last 20 seconds remaining, I placed another bid and then had to wait for another timer to run down. So I get for waiting to the last minute. We're under a minute again, boys and girls. I think I've reached kind of the limit of what I want to spend on this thing. I really don't want to bid much more than this thing. Because this is a no title, no paperwork, as is. 8 hours away, 30 seconds left. When did he bid last time? It was like 20 seconds? We're at 21 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2. Did I win it? It ended at like 2 seconds. I think I'm the high bidder? What's going on? Did I win? Hey! I won! We just bought a CBR! Woo! Let's go! All right, we got a nice little road trip ahead of us, boys and girls. All right, so $3,710, which is more than I was willing to / hoping it would go for. So I'm gonna let you guys know in on the prices of this real quick. So $3,710. Our buyer premium is $334. So it's $4,043.90. And that's kind of right around like the max of what I wanted to do. So let's go see if we can get this CBR 600. Let's do it. After we won the online auction, we packed our bags, left around midnight, and headed 8 hours south to Burke, Virginia, where our mysterious storage locker CBR awaited us. Now the reason why we left so soon to pick the bike up was because after we won the auction, we only had 48 hours to clean out the unit. Plus, we decided to do this trip the day before Thanksgiving, and my mom makes a mean pumpkin pie, so you know I had to make it back home in time for that. After pushing my van to the absolute limit and almost running out of gas on our way down, we eventually made it to the storage facility where our bike was being held. Once we arrived, I headed inside to pay our balance due from the online auction, and only after that were we finally granted access inside of the facility, where we then made our way back to the storage unit number 3401, which contained our Honda CBR. Here we go, the first one right here on the corner. Awesome. All right, guys. This is the storage unit. We're just waiting for the property manager to come out and unlock this for us. The bike is right here. So close, so close. Everything's paid for, so the bike is now ours. And any contents in here, I'm pretty sure it's just the bike. Getting close. Let's get this thing out of here. Yeah, I was on Google Maps and I saw this thing, and I'm like, that's a weird looking tree, but it's a cell phone tower, just disguised as a tree. What the hell? All right, let's see. Woo! Just like in the photos.
Man, you got yourself a deal. When we came in here and first looked at this junk,
yeah,
you got yourself a deal.
Do you know how long it's been sitting here for?
Only for like, what, 3 months?
Really? Interesting.
Man, the guy called yesterday.
Really?
About the bike.
Was he trying to pay it off, or?
Yeah, but he wanted to pay it off at another time, and he had to pay it off.
Oh, so he needed the. Gotcha. Awesome. Hey, I appreciate
my man.
I appreciate the help. I'll stop in
No
for the other
problem.
paperwork.
Yeah, I got some more papers for you.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Awesome. All right, let's get right into this, guys. This here is either a 2007 or a 2008 Honda CBR 600RR. I'm just going to verify whether this is an 07 or an 08. This is a 2007. Ooh, okay. There's oil. There's oil all over the side over here. I don't know where this is from. You can see this is all wet here, so I don't know if this thing landed on its side. Oh, f***. Good thing we have a motor for this bike. Look right down in here. This is what you get when you bid on these things sight unseen, guys. Big old crack in the case right there. And, oh, okay, I'm putting 2 and 2 together right now. What don't you see on the back? There's no chain on this bike.
Probably why there's one in the bag over there.
And look at this rear rim. Tire's flat too. That sucks. All right, so there's no key in the bike. Steering is not locked. Okay, so that was one of the big things that me and James were gonna be worried about, was whether or not the forks were gonna be locked on this thing. If this was locked and we don't have the key, this would have been almost impossible to push. And actually, come over here real quick. I just moved the bike a little bit, bring the camera over here, and listen very carefully. I heard an Apple AirTag. One thing we're gonna have to do is disable that Apple AirTag so this previous owner does not know where this bike is going to. Man, that's just the gamble that you get with some of these things, guys. Sight unseen, we were not really able to see that rear wheel from the photos. We have the chain sitting over here. This thing probably just snapped, flew off the bike. This just literally looks like some cheap eBay chain. So odds are what happened, looking at the damage on this thing, chain probably snapped, flipped forward, cracked the case, and now that's why we have all of the oil on this bike. Let's wheel this thing out real quick. It's hard to push with a flat tire. He said I got a deal.
You got yourself a deal.
I don't know if he knew the extent of the damage on this thing. It looks great from this side. Oh my God, look at that. All right, so this side does not look too bad. We got the Yoshi carbon fiber exhaust on here. This side over here, plastics look like they're in decent shape. We have no clue what the miles are on this bike, guys. Actually, see how the side plastic's off? We have access to our ignition plug. And guess what I brought with me? A spare ignition. And I can see right here that there is power on the dash. It's displaying the time. So you can see on the gauge cluster right here, the power is still on the bike. So it's showing 11:19 right now. If I unplug the old ignition plug our new ignition in, we're gonna be able to see how many miles are on this thing. Turning it in 3, 2, 1. 19,772. That's actually not that bad. I was expecting there to be a lot higher mileage on this bike. I feel like the riding season out here is a little bit longer, so that's still fairly low miles, especially for a 2007. Granted, the motor is damaged. The rest of the bike really doesn't look too bad. Should I try and start it up?
I would not recommend.
Let's see if there's oil in it first. Let's see if there's any oil left in this thing. I'm gonna try and stand it straight up and down. I doubt there's any oil. That's about straight right there.
We are not starting it.
All right, what if I tilt it more towards you?
We are definitely not starting.
Okay, I doubt there's any oil in this thing. That's unfortunately some of the stuff that you have to deal with. Buying things like this sight unseen, this still has a lot of potential. We already do have another replacement motor for this bike, and we have parted out a few of these CBR 600s and they have done well. I think there's still some potential in this motorcycle right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load this thing up, we're gonna start heading back, and we also have a nice pit stop on our way back to the shop. So let's head there right now. After we took some time to check over the bike in person, and me realizing that this was probably not one of the best purchases that I've ever made, it was time to load it up, clean out the remaining contents of the storage unit, and start our 8-hour journey back home. All right, guys, so we just went through Virginia, through Pennsylvania on our way back to the shop from picking up the CBR from the storage unit. And as I'm walking down right now, this actually used to be an abandoned highway here in Pennsylvania. And what's not interesting is right behind me, but when I turn around the camera right here, this is an old abandoned tunnel that went through a mountain. This was the old highway from Pennsylvania, the old PA turnpike. And if you guys listen carefully, you can hear the new turnpike actually got rerouted around this. This place was actually decommissioned, I think, in the 60s. It's basically just been sitting since. It's now like an 8.5 mile long bike path, bike hiking trail, and this thing is awesome. I've been wanting to come here for a number of years. I'm so glad I could check this off my bucket list on my way back here. So let's take a quick little peek around in here and let's check this place out. This is awesome. So right here is the entrance to the tunnel. You guys can barely see at the end. The literal light at the end of the tunnel kind of curves down towards the end over there. We're gonna ride through there, check that out. Check out all the graffiti here. James was just hopping in over here, checking out this place. This is the entrance over here. I apologize if the audio is a little goofy. I don't have my microphone set up on me right now, but yeah, check this out. This is so cool. The outer curve of the tunnel. Yeah, this place is awesome. So much graffiti, so much history in this place. So cool actually being here in person. I was able to find the air tag that was sitting inside of the CBR 600 that we just bought, and odds are the owner is probably still tracking this air tag and wondering where we're heading to with his bike. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stash it somewhere here at the tunnel, so if he's tracking us, he can find where this thing ended up at, and he's gonna be like, why the hell is my bike sitting at a tunnel in the middle of nowhere? I'm gonna stash this right up in here. So if anybody watching this video comes to the abandoned PA tunnels, right there's the air tag. Good luck. It's so much warmer out here. Once we were done with our pit stop in Pennsylvania and our shenanigans at the abandoned highway tunnel, we hopped back on the road to finish the remaining 5.5 hours of our trip back home. And once we got back to the shop, there was a big surprise waiting for us when we started to examine the extent of the damage on our Honda. All right, guys, we have the bike back here at the shop. We're just throwing it on the lift right now so that we can take a better look at the damage on this thing. All right, so we got this thing up on the lift now. I'm gonna pop the front sprocket cover off because that's gonna pretty much show us the extent of the damage to this motor. So we're gonna pop that off now. We'll see how bad this thing actually is. Oh God, this is not looking good. Chunks of, oh, that's not good. Holy, a little chunk of the engine case right here. And if you guys look at this right here, the front of our sprocket cover is all blown apart. This little guard right here is technically supposed to not be all mangled like that. Here we are. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is pretty bad right there. I'm gonna take some of these hoses off just so we can see in here a little bit better, just because it's tough to see, tough to get a good idea of really the extent of the damage on camera right now. So we're gonna pop these hoses off so we can see in there a little bit better. Oh, well, here's your problem. It's funny, I kind of had a feeling it might do that too. No coolant in the bike. It looks like the broken case was not our only issue. Yep, no coolant. All right, we'll get these hoses out of the way. All right, I'll let you take a little gander in there at the damage on this motor. Holy shit. All right, guys, so as you can see, our storage unit CBR 600 did not necessarily pay off this time. As always, these types of buys are an extreme gamble. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think happened to the motor. I'm pretty sure that the chain snapped off, blew a hole in the case. Let me know what you guys think about that one, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Well, let's see if we can get... is my microphone working? So we got 3,000...
Oh my.